Today I'll be showing you how to create thumbnails with blurry backgrounds using Photoshop. Let's go. Hi everybody, Ben Maestas here. Today I'll be showing you how I created my thumbnail for my very first YouTube video. So the main thing you're going to want to be thinking about is composition. So if you're going to be using your iPhone, you want to make sure that you're using a 16:9 aspect ratio. Keep in mind where you want to locate your text when you're taking your photo. You also want to keep your background really clean and simple. Okay, let's get into it. So let's open up Photoshop. And we want to open up our image. Okay, so this image is huge. It's 103 Ms, which is just enormous. So what I'm going to do just for now is I'm going to change this to inches. And then, so yeah, it's 26 by 15 inches. Just for now, I'm going to change it to like a 6-inch width. And because I have this locked here, it's going to automatically keep the proportions the same. And I'm going to hit OK. Okay, and so there we have it. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is do a little bit of color correction. Because of my lighting, I'm pretty pink. So what I'm going to do, if your image is locked here, just double click it and that won't happen. But if you double click it, it will just unlock. So I'm going to click on this icon here at the bottom and then pull up hue saturation. So I'm going to take my saturation down just a little bit. Somewhere about there, I think looks good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a photo filter just to kind of color correct some of the red that's in that image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like something kind of bluish green. No, let's try underwater. That's kind of bluey green. I'm going to leave preserve luminosity on because I like what that does to the image. I'm just going to bump the density up a little bit until I'm getting, that's a little bit too much. Somewhere about there, like I think I'm looking a little bit more natural. So I'm going to hit OK, or I'm not going to hit OK, I'm just going to click off of it. Okay, and then I'm going to select our main image, and then I'm going to go up to Filter, Neural Filters, and then you can see the little blue rectangle around my face, so it's already picking out what the face is, where the face is. And then here on depth blur, it's toggled off, so I'm just going to toggle that on. And then you're going to see here it's processing. Okay, so that was very quick. So here on blur strength, it automatically set it to 50. You can move that around just depending on what you want. I'm just going to see what it looks like. If I take it way down, I think I want more than that. Let's take it way up just to see what that looks like. I think that's too much. I kind of like something a little bit closer to 50. And then, okay, so output here, I'm going to keep it on new layer. You don't have to do that. You can select the current layer. But I always like to have backup layers of my original layers just in case I want to go backwards. Sometimes I end up with larger file sizes generally, but that's just how I like to work. And then I'm just going to retitle these. This one's original, and this one is blur. And then, let's see. So I'm going to give it just a little bit of brightness contrast. Just to give it a little bit more life. I think something about there looks good. You can always toggle these little eyes on and off to kind of see where you were at. Okay, so stick around if you want to see how to add text to your image. So what you do is you go over to the left and there's a big T. Just click on that and we're going to pick horizontal type tool. And then I'm just going to make a box. And that's automatically going to put it to its own layer. And then I'm going to type in, I'm going to put cap locks, introduction. There we go. Okay. And then let's see. So here on the right under character, these are going to be your text and your sizes. Let's see. So Avenir Next, that's one of my favorite fonts. My favorite is Ultra Light. I just think it looks really slick. So you have to double click inside of it to make the change. Ultra Slick, and then yeah, you can see here's all your fonts. But we're going to keep Avenir Next. Ultra Light isn't really appropriate for a title, but I really like it. So and I think bold, for my personal taste, I don't really like the way the bold looks. It's a little like too much, so I'm going to keep it at demi bold. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this font white. And then to make it pop a little bit more, I'm going to put a little like black background behind that text. So I'm going to click on the rectangle selection tool and just make a box real quick. Pick a new layer. And then I want black, so black's already selected. And then G is the shortcut for your paint bucket. So I'm just going to click in the tool. And then I'm on a Mac, so Command D is going to get rid of that selection. And then I want to put that box behind introduction. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit Command T, and then holding down Shift, I'm just going to adjust the size of the box just a little bit because it's a little bit too big. And then I'm going to hit Enter, and then using the arrows with that layer selected, I'm just going to nudge until visually it looks centered. Okay, that looks good. And then personally for me, that black box is a little too dark, so I'm going to take the opacity down. That's too light. I think somewhere around there is pretty good. 57, 60. And then what I'm going to do with that box and the text selected together, so if you just hold down Shift, I'm going to nudge those just so that way they are centered between my head and then the edge, just so it looks intentional. Maybe up a little bit. And there you have it. So from here, I'm going to hit File, Save As, because I want to give it a name. So I'm going to just, for now, I'm going to save it to my desktop. I'm going to call it Introduction. Looks like I already have one there, so I'm just going to save over it. Save my Photoshop file. Okay. And then I'm going to do a Save As because I want to save a PNG to upload to YouTube. So under Format here, you can see it doesn't have PNG as an option. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to save a copy. And once you do that, it's going to open up all these different file types for you. So now you can click on PNG. What it's also going to do is it's going to add copy to your text or to your type or your file name. So I'm just going to remove copy because I don't have another PNG that's the same name, so I'm not worried about saving over anything. And then I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to hit smallest file size with the slowest saving. If you have a really slow computer, you can hit fastest saving, but I'm just going to pick slowest saving, just so that way the file's smaller. It'll just take a little bit longer, but nothing too crazy. Okay, so now if we go to Finder, we can go to our desktop and open up our PNG. And now we have a thumbnail to upload to YouTube. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. You can also turn on notifications if you want to be the first to know when new content has been posted. Also, if there's something that you would like me to make a video on, please comment below and I'm happy to try to do that for you. Thanks again. See you in the next video.